Rich, you get that feeling if there's going to be a moment. I think that moment is now.
Trying to clean this up, make his par. Struggling a bit with the flat stick and a drop shot here at the 15th hole. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. My goodness, what does a guy have to do to make a putt out here?
Final few holes to play, especially of a major championship like the US Open. You know, it's what you've worked so hard for. It's what, you know, you've put all those hours of practice in for, and you know, this is your moment. This is your moment to see what you've got against the best players in the world and test yourself at the ultimate level. There's obviously a lot of pressure. You know, you don't want to let an opportunity like this pass you by. You don't want to let it slip. So to stay really focused, really concentrated, try to take one shot at a time, try and put the result out of your mind, control what you can control. But saying that, it is difficult with so many things going on around you, whether it be the crowd or it could be the person that you're going up against. You know, there's so many things that you can't control, but you know, the things that you can control, that's what you have to concentrate on, and that's what you have to try and, you know, do to the best of your ability. And if you can do that, that's what gives you the best chance to try and win a huge tournament like the US Open.
So here at the 17th hole, tie atop the leaderboard, two former US Open champions, 2 holes to play. This is one of golf's best moments.
We talked about mental toughness on the first tee. It certainly comes into play here right now, and the 17th hole is named Derailed. And it is going to be more than a test for both of these and could very well be the defining hole.
Wow, I thought it was going in just off the mark by a fraction. Just a tap in to finish the hole. Par for McIlroy, but you're just waiting for that moment when he hits that accelerator and pulls away. It really is amazing. You play 71 holes and you get to this point. 1 left to play. We're all tied. Martin Kaymer, Rory McIlroy, and Frank, what does Rory need to do off the tee?
He has to do what we've become accustomed to, and that's a great drive from Rory. There's 2 bunkers down the left side, plus a enormous amount of sand down the right side. Somehow, split the two, find the fairway, and this green, this par 5 green, will be in reach.
Oh, this looks good.
Certainly is.
What a great drive on the final hole.
Yes, it was a great time.
You know, Rich, so often we associate US Opens with just a straight slog, par after par, but this is a real treat. Keimer at his best, McIlroy at their best, playing anything other than US Open style. This is a totally different generation.
Brilliant golf by the two Europeans.
Brilliant golf by the two Europeans. Gotta light this up. Oh, it's curving too much. No, it's curving too much.
Well, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. Frank Ball is in the rough here. What are the problems on this next shot?
Well, this is really where the skill level comes in. A good part, this is where the good player separates himself from the rest.
Set to go. Not an easy shot by any means.
No, it's not. Moving myself over, basically. Alright, let's do this. Leroy! Oh my god, it's right.
Can still birdie the closing hole.
Could hear a pin drop right now. It all comes down to this. This is for the U.S. Open.
I feel like this is on a hill. It looks like it's on a hill. Maybe. I don't know. I have very limited experience with this game. I feel like I should be talking louder. I don't know how well this camera picks it up. Boy, totally just missed that. I knew it was on a hill.
Well, Frank, it's our job to get excited.
You can't when you leave it short, though.
I'm sad.
He's making my job hard.
It's because y'all commentators are stressing me out. Alright. It's on a hill, so throw it back a little bit. Okay, go.
Speed wasn't bad on that long putt, but the read wasn't very good.
It's weird.
Settles in over the putt.
Especially because I have a man voice. Oh, come
When
on.
you consider the length of that putt, it was a good putt.
Not a gimme, but well within his range.
Boy, that better go in.
It's a crawl
What?
game.
Oh my god, that's such BS. Yes, that's how I feel.
Just a little tap in here. The door was open, but Martin Keimer slammed it shut. Keimer, the U.S. Open champion yet again. It came down to the final hole. Keimer really put on a show. This will forever be remembered as one of the best finishes in major championship history.
Lose a lead or you lose a major, or it doesn't quite work out the way you had hoped. At that moment in time, there's obviously a lot of disappointment, but I think that passes and you use that as motivation for the next one. And that's the only way you can view it. You can't feel sorry for yourself, or you can't get down about it, because what's happened's happened. The past is the past, and you move on. But you use it as motivation not to let it happen again. My toughest loss was the 2011 Masters, when I had a 4-shot lead going into the final round, and completely blew up on the back nine. It was a very tough moment for me. It was very disappointing, but I used that as motivation to say to myself, that's not going to happen again. That's not the player I am. That's not the player I want to be. And you know, I used it in a way that 70 days later I won my first US Open and my first major. So sometimes disappointments can be catalysts for good things to happen in the future, and it's just how you react to it. And I feel like, you know, if you react to your disappointments in the right way, they can be very beneficial.
All right, there we go. Play a round of golf. Nightclub challenge. Compete in a variety of challenges. No thanks. I'm not that good yet. Who do we have? Here. I don't know why I'm looking, because I don't know who any of you people are. Ooh, this one's cool. Pops Masterson. Go. Canada. Let's play in Battlefield 4. Sure, why not? Oh, yes. T select. Black. Start from the T that is farthest distance from the green. I guess. Pin Monday. No. I hate Mondays. I can't change it. I'll never go. Fridays are fun. Course condition average. Sure. Noon. Let's play. Wind direction. I want no wind. Can I change the wind? Or can I change the wind? North is better. Oh, so it's not 9 holes only. All the holes. But it's fun running holes. Select mode. Play for score, play to win the hole, play for money. I don't know what any of these are, so I guess I'll just save a stroke. Cool. Boop, 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 boop.
This is EA Sports. PGA Tour coverage coming up next.
Just so everyone knows, I never spent $60 on these games. Sorry.
This is Rich Lerner alongside my colleague Frank Novello for EA Sports. We will be calling all the action for today's event.
Rich, I'm armed and ready. Are you?
I am. Battle gear on. Let's get it going.
So, yeah. I also played the golf club. I actually like that one too, but it's more of like a simulator than it is like an arcade style type of game. Look at that.
Good
It's like
testing
no
shot here from 200 yards to the
Damn,
flag
it's got the
stick.
socks to match. That's what's up.
Well, this is the kind of wind that separates the great players from the average players. You really have to be
Clearly I'm a
strong
great player
to
'cause
handle
I
these
got to
kinds
play
of
golf
winds.
For about 90 years, so right here. Everybody should be good. I mean, probably not gonna go, but who cares, right?
Well, look out. This could be wet,
Yikes.
Frank.
It's heading
Right
toward...
into the
Frank, they threw
freaking
him a life
water.
vest. He's back on dry land.
And I hope this time he swings, he doesn't have the water wings on.
Third shot now after the last one found the deep blue.
Yeah, you can still minimize the damage here. It's only one bad shot that you got punished for.
I love so you guys are such a bunch of cheaters. What about liver spots?
So Frank, he'll take a drop here.
Yeah, he'll take his medicine, take his penalty shot. The hole's not over yet.
Just trying to make clean contact from the rough.
Bunch of haters. Okay, you can stop now. Thank you.
Coming out of the rough and right up next to the hole.
Why are you mad though? It's next to the hole.
Getting set now over the putt.
This situation right here. I'll go up a little bit to the right. I swear to God, this makes it up so much. I mean, I think I'm feel bad.
Tough game, Frank. You can hit 300-yard drives and miss 3-foot putts.
Yeah, there's the ecstasy, and that's the agony.
This would give him the double.
Oh my God, he totally looks like the guy from the Six Flags commercials.
So, 2 over par for the round. Now to the second hole, and Frank, I'd be happy to see something with just the normal amount of obstacles, say, or a bunker, maybe a pond. Those would be rather benign compared to what we're seeing right here on this second hole.
Yeah, that's not screen, just past that bridge. So this green well protected on that right side. Of course, water adorns this this island green, and tons of well, local fauna around the green. This is one green you do not want to miss.
Yikes.
This has to go in the hazard.
Needs to get up. That ball is lost in the water. Now on to his third shot after the last one went into the water. Frank, this ball's in the rough. Do you like to hinge just a little bit quicker on the takeaway when the ball is down like this?
No, when it's down, you've just got to make sure that you wind up almost like you're hitting a tee shot. This is not one to be dallied with. You've got to hit it powerfully, and you really have to focus on that club getting through the grass, past the ball, and out the other side.
Sitting right now at 2 over par for the round. Been a little bit of a fight so far, 3 over par.
So this is an interesting tee shot as that destroyer continues to burn.
Amazing that play still continues.
Yikes. Dang, oh. Fantastic. So I'm just gonna look at the rate.
Oh, this is heading in the wrong direction.
Why?
Never
Why?
a pleasant
Why is my
moment,
ball
the
like
drop
water?
after you've gone into the water, but here we are.
I'm gonna take
So hit
that
the previous shot in the water, took a drop, this now the third shot.
There we
Frank,
go.
this
Let's go
game
right
you
here.
know full well is not just
are
about
you
the
gonna really
good
do that to
hard
me?
strikes.
Okay,
Sometimes
thank
you have to
you.
control your golf ball.
I appreciate
Doesn't
that.
quite seem to be able to do that yet.
Yeah, distance control is a skill. No two ways about it. Know how far you hit each club.
Great, like, this is nearly impossible. like, this defies physics right now. But I'm gonna do it anyway, 'cause why not? Yep.
Well, he'll be disappointed with that, no doubt.
Yeah, swing didn't quite look right on that one.
Well, I
Now
mean,
ready
you
for
wanted
the
me to swing at,
explosion
like, a
shot.
90-degree angle, so I'm gonna use that. But this isn't happening, so... Thanks, came back to me.
It happens, you have a tough hole, time to pick up and move on after the triple bogey. Hey, think about what you're saying here. I've called golf with you for a long time, Frank, and at bunkers and water hazards. You're talking about solar panels and guard towers. This is unbelievable.
Yeah, I'm starting to go crazy calling this game, Rich. Might have to go into solitary if this keeps up.
So let's not get into trees. Or that's the only option. Like, or safe this works. Yeah, it was done, baby.
Into the thick stuff, that's a difficult lie.
Better than freaking getting it next to his damn partnership and having a
Second shot coming out of the rough here.
I can make that.
Well, how do you
I
like
called
that? He's holding. Just a phenomenal play right there.
it.
A
Damn.
blind tee shot. Got to go over those two rocks in front of you.
Bad.
Just keep it right of those palms in the distance.
Frank, you and I have called golf from around the world. In fact, we had our broadcast position in the Grand Canyon in a hot air balloon. Tell you what, I'm glad we didn't pick that spot to broadcast from. That would have been lights out early.
It would have, but I don't even know if our observation tower that was situated in is going to be safe. Already, the destroyers
God.
come and hit the
Don't go in
land.
the sand.
And of course, the
Oh,
fifth
you
hole,
went
this
in the
par
sand.
3, at just over 200 yards. That should be rather interesting, but hopefully we'll be safe. Let's batten down the hatches while we watch the tee shot.
Yikes. Alright, let's back it up, back it up. Back it up, fucking went too far, got it.
Solid play, heart of the green. And it's a long way to the hole from here. Never easy.
Yikes. Back it up. That better go in. That better go in.
Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
And getting ready for the putt.
I'm not even gonna measure it.
Just singes the edge, Frank.
Yeah, but at least he's burning the edges. You know you're hitting good putts.
Boy, the train went off the tracks here on this hole. This is for double bogey. Up to the 6th tee, Frank, and we're back against that destroyer. You need to take it over that small island.
Yeah, this is a little village too, and remember the double greens at St. Andrews? Well, this is a split double green. It's shared in amongst the village. The green on the right, very, very small. So this a very lengthy par 3. It's going to be a case of really ready aim driver for some.
Not what he wanted, but he's headed to the beach. Lays the face open. He'll try to pop this one out.
I'm so glad that went so
That's a
far.
disappointment right there, Frank.
Yeah, green light special, really. Come up considerably short.
Thanks. It's better than nothing. Oh my god.
Shouldn't be a problem here. That will be a 3 over on the scorecard for this hole. Time to pick up and move on. Now on to the 7th, and Frank, you don't want to get stuck down in those trenches. We're down on the beach to the left.
Yeah, this hole not overly long, but yeah, there's a lot going on, and really sand traps, even perhaps a minefield. You'd rather, if you're going to miss, be in the former.
That should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. Frank made this hole just a little bit harder hitting it into the rough.
I would say a lot harder.
Set to go. Not an easy shot by any means. Masterson for his par.
If I don't make this, like...
Frank, I thought that was in. That is a painful bogey at the 7th hole. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Been a rocky round. Partner, look at that. Left here at the 8th hole. You and I could shoot a little hoop. You want to play a little donkey?
Yeah, it's very observant of you, Rich. Also, the barracks just up ahead that protect the left side of this green. So there's a lot of visual intimidation on this par 3. Follow the sandy trail, and there's green at the end.
So the shot has landed. I'm not sure if it's on the mulch or in the mulch. Either way, it's in a little bit of trouble.
Yeah, he doesn't have mulch of a shot you left.
Mulch of a shot left.
Getting set for this next shot from the rough, what does the player need to be careful of here, Frank?
Well, this is where we're going to see exactly how good they are, because you know, that's not exactly the best lie, but it's sort of doable if you know what you're doing.
I literally hit the tee.
This would give him a bogey.
Just because I'm an old person.
Frank, this is just an embarrassing performance.
There's no crying in golf, Rich.
Frank, it's been a real battle out here so far on the front 9. Let's finish it off in style here.
There's a great view just slightly right of the 9th green. Look out. Now, that's full of people. You might get the appropriate applause, maybe even a standing ovation, at least a salute. 150 yards approximately to that flag, but you have to be precise. Let's see how precise you can be.
That's an outstanding shot right there, and it sets up a really good look at birdie. From about 8 feet.
If I got this, you know, I'll be like, yes!
Everybody loves him. Birdie
Eagle.
On the card.
Yeah, birdie,
Frank, you don't get it every day. The game is just too hard.
No, you've got to play with it though. The swings, the turns, you know, you're on a roundabout, and every now and again things just come out your way.
Plus 11's not that bad. It's horrible, but whatever. This is why I don't pay full prices for these games. 'Cause I suck.